This is Transformers96 here. Within the video, I'm going to be talking about some newly shown figures from Hasbro, and these are the Marvel Legends 3 3/4 inch, as well as 6 inch, as well as the 2-inch series for Civil War. So yeah, these figures were just shown. I'm definitely very excited. Of course, I love Marvel Legends and love Marvel movies, so to see new figures from the new movie is always exciting, and I figured it was worth talking about. Before we get on to the more interesting Marvel Legends ones, let's talk about some of their just kind of other ones that they've shown. Won't spend too much time on this. They have a Titan Hero, Black Widow. Really crappy, they're like 12-inch, no articulation. So, not exciting. And then they do have their 2-inch line. They seem to be changing it a bit where they put 2 characters in a pack and then some accessories to kind of upgrade one of the characters. So it makes it quite unfair for kids that buy a pack when one figure seems to be so much more upgraded than the other one. But you do see they do have Crossbones and Captain America. Every time I see a Crossbones product, I get excited because I hope to get Crossbones figures. So even if the toy line comes out with a Crossbones figure that I don't plan to get, it makes me hope that maybe, some of the toy lines that I want Crossbones in, maybe we'll do them as well. So we'll see. I would love a Marvel Legends as well as Hot Toys Crossbones figure. We'll have to see if that'll happen. But you do have Captain American Crossbones. There's Captain America Weaponized. You do have kind of like a playset with a 2-inch Iron Man. You have a Captain America version of that playset. Then you have Falcon and War Machine. Black Panther and Hawkeye. Black Widow and Iron Man. Vision and Winter Soldier. And then some more interesting things. They are going to continue that kind of 3 3/4 inch series of Marvel Legends, where you get a figure as well as some sort of larger accessory. This is something I do like a lot. I prefer just to get a nice series of 3 3/4 inch figures, considering Hasbro seems to have abandoned the 3 3/4 inch series in exchange for the 2-inch one. So I am happy that there's still a few movie Marvel 3 3/4 inch figures being released somehow. Obviously, the first time we saw this was with Ant-Man that came with Anthony, and it was great because it would allow me to get a 3 3/4 inch version of Ant-Man that had decent articulation. I was very excited for that. So I am happy that they're continuing it. This time we do have Captain America with a bike, a motorcycle. This Captain America is a new sculpt. It doesn't seem to be it doesn't seem to be a repaint of anything else, and it seems to have good articulation. What it looks like it has exactly the same amount of articulation that Ant-Man had, which is a ball-jointed head, ball-hinged shoulders, hinged elbows, no wrist or torso, ball-jointed thighs, double-hinged knees, and hinge pivoting ankles. So articulation not perfect, obviously, would like some wrist and waist. However, I think that the articulation is definitely pretty decent, and at least he has the ankle rockers, which is nice. As you can see, there you have him riding it. It looks like his hands are quite big. That's the only thing I really don't like about it. His hands look massive, but that's a really small complaint. The other one, which is kind of exciting too, is Falcon. Falcon seems like he's going to come with his bird. I can't remember what his bird's name is. I mean, in the comics, like it's an actual falcon bird. However, in this new movie, it's going to be kind of like a robot. So this is a neat accessory, as well as his kind of big vehicle or accessory that he comes with is just his wings. His wings are fully expanded, which is quite nice. It seems like you're getting a lot less in this set than you are with the Captain America one. I just feel like this is more bang for your buck, just plastic-wise, compared to this one. But again, I am happy that we're getting a new version of Falcon. However, his arms look quite small. I don't know if that's just me or if they're going to fix that before the toy is released. We'll have to see, though, but the arms do look small. In this series, I would love to see some other characters. I definitely want a 3 3/4 inch well-articulated version of Black Panther, Vision, Scarlet Witch, and I think that's about it. I think that the rest I already have, so I would love to see versions of them, and Spider-Man too, in that scale, as well as Crossbones, but I don't think there's any chance of getting Crossbones like that. Alright, so now we go into the really interesting stuff, which is the Marvel Legends 6-inch series. They've shown us half of the wave, basically because they've shown us 3 figures. These are movie figures. Typically when they do a movie wave of Marvel Legends 6-inch versions, they have 3 versions that are from a movie, and then like 3 or 4 figures that are just comic, and then the Build-A-Figure could be comic or movie, it really depends. I have my theory of what I think the Build-A-Figure is going to be, but let me show you these figures first. As you can see, we do have Black Panther. I think it looks really great. I really have only heard people say good things about this figure, and I definitely agree. It looks to be excellent. I think that they've sculpted the face really nicely. The body sculpt seems to be completely new, which is really nice. They didn't like paint any of this detail on. It does seem to be all sculpted in relief, which is just wonderful, especially the necklace area, and then just all the really nice details and lines throughout the entire figure, as well as I am liking the aggressive looking hands. Looks like a really nice figure, and I'm incredibly excited to get it, as well as happy that they are making him in the scale. Then we have the disappointing one. It's another Captain America. I have about 1,000,004 Captain America figures, movie and comic, from the 6-inch series, so I am not looking forward to another Captain America, let alone a repaint. This is just a repaint of their last Captain America from the Age of Ultron line, so I'm not excited for this figure whatsoever. However, I'll get it to build the Build-A-Figure, basically. You know, and of course, I think there's a little bit of paint, extra detail. The costume from Civil War to, or from Age of Ultron to Civil War for Captain America barely changed at all, so I think that there's some extra red highlights, and that's just about it. And it looks like the same head sculpt and everything, so I hope that maybe we get a secondary head sculpt that's new, or maybe like a battle damaged one, or some extra hands that are different from what we usually get. Just, I want something different with this guy. I'm so sick of Captain America figures. Then we have Iron Man. Iron Man looks great. This is the Mk46. Yes, 46, and I think that this looks really nice. I like the design of the armor in general. I think it's quite slick looking, and I think that the Marvel Legends version has translated that look into plastic quite nicely. Looks good, looks interesting. He comes with the repulsor blast, which is really neat. Obviously, I would imagine that he's going to have multiple interchangeable hands, so if you don't want him displayed like that, that won't be an issue. But it's excellent, because this, you know, they've made 1,000,000 Iron Mans, but Iron Man's costume is very different in every movie and in, you know, every version in the comics, so, you know, his look is changing, so it's new sculpts for him, which is really nice, and then they do try to keep his Iron Man figures fresh by giving us, you know, like accessories like this that we've really never seen before, so that is really fantastic when you're comparing him to Captain America, which is just the same old, same figure, same costume, no extra accessories. So at least with Iron Man, we have 1,000,000 Iron Mans, but they are trying to keep them fresh. Like I said, I do have a prediction for the Build-A-Figure. I would guess that if they do go with a movie Build-A-Figure, which I think that they will, I think they're going to do Giant Man. We have seen that Ant-Man will in fact be Giant Man in this movie, which is basically, it's his same costume, just he gets really big. And obviously his costume is tweaked a bit in Civil War, so the costume is a little bit different, but he will be really massive. We know this from a couple of toy companies, but Lego has released pictures for a set for the airport battle, which includes a massive Ant-Man figure that you can build, as well as the Pop has released an Ant-Man figure in their deluxe line, which is a massive size. So we do know that Ant-Man will become Giant Man in this movie, and that's just going to be an extra piece to his power, basically. So my guess is we'll get a Giant Man figure, which I'll be really excited about. So I'm hoping that I'm right. I think that it'll be really cool to get a Giant Man figure. Even though we do have a Marvel Legends Ant-Man, his costume has changed, and maybe we'll get an Ant-Man that has the proper type of helmet as compared to the last one, which really didn't. So that's my guess on the Build-A-Figure. I hope I'm right, because I would really like that. The figures in general, I think, look really nice. Of course, because it's Civil War, we have to have Captain America and Iron Man. However, I would really like some more diversity as far as figures, because really all we get is Iron Man and Captain America. So I understand, because this is their movie, they really do have to give us a figure of Iron Man and Captain America, but I wish that they would just make this entire wave movie, you know, just give us some movie figures. I'm really sick and tired of having these characters that are so big in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and not have good, proper representations of figures of them, because we're still missing Scarlet Witch. Of course, they didn't make Quicksilver for Age of Ultron. He's dead though, so I don't want a Quicksilver figure anymore. But you know, I still want Scarlet Witch. I want Vision. I want Spider-Man, and I wanted Black Panther. Luckily, they have delivered with Black Panther. Oh, and I also want Falcon. Falcon would have been an excellent figure for this wave. So I would hope that maybe in the next series they do release some more movie figures and we get some of those core Avenger characters, which we still have not had representations in the 6th scale from yet. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the newly shown images for the Hasbro Civil War products, from the 3¼ inch to the 2-inch to the 6-inch versions. Alright, thanks so much guys for watching, and let me know what you guys think of these new products.